creativity is mad. You know, it's going to just explode. It's a revolution. That's what it is.
So my name's Colin Tennant and I'm one of the founders of DMC.
My name's Mike. I'm one of the co-founders of Dumfries Music Conference.
My name is Kirsten McEwen. I am the digital media and marketing manager for DMC.
My name is Martin Joseph O'Neill. I am the operations manager and production manager of Dumfries Music Conference.
Dumfries Music Conference is an event that happens once a year. We bring music professionals and people that work within the music industry to Dumfries and hold workshops and talks and art installations and gigs, all centred around the music industry. But latterly, in the last year or two, we started doing an annual programme of events,
which really helped us to be a constant in Dumfries, but also sort of put us on the map nationally as well. So we started to really connect with organisations in the Scottish music industry.
So we do events throughout the year as well as the music conference, which is sort of like our main event.
So I joined DMC probably about a few years ago. Mike and Col came into the pub and asked me if I wanted to be on the radio, and I was like, yeah, why not? A few years later, now I'm kind of behind the scenes doing a lot of the running around and a lot of the programming, which is great.
It's kind of like opened my eyes to see how much goes into organising a massive 3-day event.
This year we had a film screening at the Robert Burns Film Theatre, which is an art house cinema in Dumfries.
Goodnight Brooklyn, which is the story of death by audio, and that was really cool. And like, I spoke to so many people after the film and they were feeling really motivated and like totally buzzing. They were like, let's get a warehouse and put on gigs, like put on shows, because I think that that's something that Dumfries is really missing. And we've got the exhibition on downstairs, which is the photography of Harry Papadopoulos,
who had documented live music in the late 70s and early 80s in Glasgow and Scotland, and as a result had documented this sort of snapshot of Scottish culture within the music industry. So we have photographs of Scottish bands and other bands throughout the UK.
Which I'm totally excited that we've got it, and I feel properly honoured that we have it here, because it's just like some amazing work. Yesterday we had Radio DMC all day, which was really fun.
We get local acts coming in and playing in it, and there's a real buzz about the town, and there's a real buzz in the cafe. On the Friday night we had Rough Cut, which was the culmination of a mentoring project that we run. So every year we have these mentoring initiatives where young people can work with a professional within the music industry for 6 to 8 weeks.
My name is Hagan Patterson. I was fortunate enough to take up the DMC mentorship for curating and an event and management. So what I've been involved in with DMC this year is putting on the event Rough Cut.
Together we kind of sculpted this idea of presenting a gig in a new kind of way.
My name's Max. I am the drummer for Frankie's Evil Party.
I'm Jordy, I'm the bassist for Frankie's Evil Party.
For DMC 2018, we are doing Rough Cut, and we are playing behind the projections on a sheet.
And a visual and audio experience.
Yeah, it's going to be
and there's us, Kate Kyle, Martin O'Neill, and Fraser Clark.
Yeah, quite an eclectic mix of musicians, and it's going to be good actually.
I think it's our first sold out day.
Is it?
Probably.
So, well, we're glad we're doing it at DMC though, because we've done DMC before, haven't we?
Yeah, we've done our first ever gig here last year, because we were a previous band and then we morphed into this.
Like, totally incredible, and it was one of my most favourite things that's not only ever happened at DMC, but like probably the stove.
So it was a real alternative gig experience, more like an installation really.
It just shows what's possible when you put young, talented people in charge of stuff and give them a free rein to do it, and it pushes things to a new level.
We've got some really cool workshops as well going on with organisations as well, like Help Musicians, Off Access and 23rd Precinct. The showcase gig, which is sold out, which is super exciting. Future Get Down are headlining, which is really cool. It's the first time we played in Dumfries.
My friend is in a band, Future Get Down, and I absolutely adored their first EP, so I was like, we have to get them, we have to get them. This has been about a year in the making of trying to like totally get that band and get the right date, get them down, you know, sort it out.
There's the Nickajack men who have come down from Glasgow. We're all really excited to see them. We've got the Frozen Shores Collective, which is a really interesting development of Frozen Shores with loads of really talented local musicians. Liv McDougall, who's only 14 years old and supremely talented.
It's again a very kind of dynamic sort of showcase event.
A group of creative people got together about 7 years ago. We decided that we wanted to take over a building in the town centre in Dumfries. So there's a lot of empty buildings in the town centre at the time. So we got together and formed a collective called The Stove, and we then proposed that we would take over this building and turn it into essentially an arts centre. That then took 4 years essentially. So in the meantime, we decided we would create arts events to start making a connection with the people of Dumfries. And at the time, myself and my friend Mike felt that there was a real gap for a music event. Essentially, we'd been batting about ideas. We're like, we should really do something that's centred on music and the music industry, because it's, you know, it can really connect people from all walks of life. We also were sort of taking the piss a little bit because Miami has a music conference, so we were like, why can't Dumfries have a music conference? So we'll call it the Dumfries Music Conference. That's how DMC was born.
We would do the annual conference once a year. We had a great time doing it. We felt like we were sort of doing something good for the Dumfries and Galway music community, but we maybe didn't really know what it meant. It was just like a cool event with cool stuff in it. And then that's kind of developed to a position where I feel we're more sort of representing Dumfries and Galway on a national level, and hopefully galvanising and bringing together the local music scene in a way which maybe wasn't happening before. So to still be doing it 6 years later feels great.
Just having it in the town, having it in Dumfries is just so unusual. I mean, it really kind of shows that there's something in the water down here.
It's really nice to have younger people, you know, taking charge of the things that we're doing, and I suppose Colin and I can step back a little bit and watch that develop, and that in itself is probably more satisfying than when we were doing it just on our own, because that's why we did it in the first place. I suppose it was to help young people who were interested in music.
The bands, the artists themselves, it's on tap. We should be encouraging them to come down out of their bedrooms, come out from the shadows and use that platform that they've got.
I suppose I just want to say like how much I love this job. I feel like it's something like I find like really satisfying to be able to be part of this team as well, and I feel really lucky to work for DMC, and I feel like I've met so many like amazing people that work in the music industry as well. Over the last few years, DMC's really focused on showcasing some like amazing female talent as well, and I think like probably like more than anything through DMC, like I feel really like empowered like as a female to like be an amazing photographer and be amazing at social media and stuff, and I think Colin and Mike are really supportive in that way.
You know, like myself and Mike and our friends and the way we grew up, because we're all from Dumfries, and we grew up here, and ever since we became adults really, we've been trying to put on events, put on music events, and like I went to college, I went to art school, and when I was in art school we would put on exhibitions in different venues and empty buildings, and we just have always had this DIY ethos of doing things. And the stove is a sort of brilliant example of that. It was like, well, these empty buildings in Dumfries, let's take them over, let's do something interesting with it, let's try and make the town centre a little bit more fun to be around. We're doing this and DMC is a part of that, so we want people to feel inspired and encouraged to like do their thing. Like if they want to put an exhibition on, if they want to put a gig on in a random place, in a like warehouse or an empty shop, then go and do it. And also if you need a hand doing it, come and speak to us because we'll help you.